So, before moving on, I just wanted to make a super quick reminder of we didn't miss anyone, right? To do. There was Caro before, but she left. Yeah, she's not. Dobra. For 1 second, I thought somebody didn't do check-in. Dobra. So, yes, I just wanted to remind all of us of the things that we talked about during NATCO, because also some of you were not in the first part, and some were, and everything. And the main things that we were talking about were about the fact that I want to have this approach that we are a team, and it's not like maybe. Seeing like MC as one part, VPs as one other, or each LC by their own side. But whenever we are working together and we're talking about team, all of us are a team, and we are all a team for AIESEC for Poland. I also talked a lot that I want to us as a team to have trust, cooperation, and a clear direction, and we worked a bit about that. I presented you the system of bodies, so remember that all of you have a body, a beautiful body. We'll only have Caro without a body, because we are an even number, but Kielce and Białystok are on the way of getting their VPTM as well, so they will join our commission very soon. And yeah, then maybe I will reallocate some people, but for now, just remember that these people are your buddies, and try to be a support system for them, and try to check how they are and how you are, and ask for help, and everything. And our commissions, our routines, that as we talked about, first we have our commission calls that for this month are the first Wednesday, so today at 9 half past 9 in the night, but for the next month we can change the day and leave it fixed, depending on how your university schedules will be and if something else changes. Then from 11th to 17th of each month we will have the one-on-ones or the individual calls. So later on I will send you a doodle so you can schedule. I'm usually booking, like leaving a lot of slots, so you can book me in very different times, but for me individual calls are super ultra archi mega important, so please don't miss them. They are super important, like for you and both for me. It gives me a lot of perspective to understand specifically what's happening in your LCs, and I can help you much better. Yes, and usually for everyone it's a cool space to reflect and to have like an individual space. Yes, so I just wanted to remind a bit about this, and I will always leave this beautiful slide here for all of our calls so we don't forget. And today the agenda, it looks long, but I promise I will try to make it as simple and quick as possible. We had our check-in. The next thing that will come is a report from the ninjas that they did, because I think it's super useful that they work on this report. We had it in our last commission call with the ninjas, so I wanted to show you a recruitment closing, and then we will talk about a bit about onboarding follow-up, bring the magic that you will see what it's about. Then we have engagement survey results, and of course we are in the month of attraction, so we need to address that. And then we will have a checkout. So please bear with me, don't fall asleep, and if you ever, I don't know, want to take a break or something, do it and drink some coffee so that you can pay attention and don't miss anything. And to be more dynamic, I put some of these gray blue ones somewhere in a few slides, so every time you see them, send an emoji like here in the chat, or write something, or write whatever, anything that will inspire you. Yes, and remember that if you see it, you have to pay attention. So we will proceed with the report from ninjas. So yes, these are the ninjas 18, 19. So they're probably, you can spot the face of your predecessor. And these are the people that were working for the last term. And the team report, first of all, we included the plan versus done of the September recruitment. I didn't include data from the previous recruitments because it was scattered from a lot of places, and there was not like one platform, so we didn't have something like this where we can have all the information. So when it comes to the September recruitment, we achieved 83% of the structure goal, like the new members goal that we planned. So it was quite good. As you may know, like this was a recruitment when we introduced like the whole new way of doing recruitment, so it was quite successful. When it comes to the plan versus done of the structure, this is how the term finished. So this was like until 31st of January. So how much of the minimum structure, let's say, of each LC we had. So as you can see, we don't have a lot of alarming cases. And this is more or less how everything finished. Then we have members achieving their goal, which was like the biggest and main thing that we introduced, the thing that we are still working a lot on how to improve and implement better and better. But as you can see that like from month to month, you can see how the number of people improves and how like some LCs are consistently tracking it. January right now it's in 0 because this is we did it in the middle of January, but we finished with around 30 people achieving their goals in this month. Then when it comes to team standards, yes, we have a problem in tracking team standards, especially closing was not pretty well tracked. This is also something that you will read later on about like the tracking systems that we introduced, but this is basically how the numbers finished in the end of the term. When it comes to LC's plan versus achieve, because of course we are TM, but we work for exchanges. So here you can see the plan of the whole semester of each LC. Wait, I will try to put it bigger maybe so you can see. No, we'll put it here. No. Dobra. So as you can see here, this is the plan of approvals of the whole semester, and this is how much they achieved. So we have there Lublin with 85% accomplished, Krakow, Rzeszów, and UE with 70% of more or more of accomplished. So congratulations, guys. This is the legacy that your predecessors are leaving you, so really value it because it's very important. And when it comes to growth related to previous terms, so 2017, most of the LCs are growing, and this is the same information that we also saw in NATCO, that most of the LCs are growing. It is because of IGV, and IGV is the product that we are growing the most, together with a bit OGV, and GEGT are the products that we need to develop the most. Yes, and oh my god, I will put this smaller. Zoom out, dobra. And oh no, no nie. Okay, this is not going to work. I will read it for you. And we wrote here, and Marisha will laugh probably because this is the report that you just did with Misha in your call, because this is the report that I sent to all the MC and I told them, do reports, do closing, team standards are important. And this is what we talked about with the ninjas. Strategies we implemented are the implementation of engagement survey that was not there before, the performance tracking and members achieving their goal. We have the membership database. We unify the process for recruitment, one-to-ones, and the PDP was also mentioned. Main challenges that we have were members achieving their goal tracking and measuring, their like clarity of goals, what are the goals and for whom. Yes, in general, how to track goals of PD, of career days, and of back office, which are usually different from others. How to switch the operational approach. Some of the ninjas were mentioning this, like that they had to kind of completely switch the focus that they were giving to the area. Team standards implementation, and the timeline of recruitment and tracking people. And then in main achievements, the recruitment, goals achievement approach, that they all see it as an achievement, the fact that people understand that they need to have goals and so on. Onboarding, some of them also really like the idea of having Beyond as a national induction, let's say, and the membership database, because it brings a lot of, let's say, sustainability. Yes, and just in case I didn't write this, like they were talking and I was writing. And GCPs, we have never give up, routines, MB management, centralization of information, and BCP, TM, team for newbies. This was said by Bartek. Having a communication system, change management, communication with MCVPs that we need to improve. And not adapting materials. This, for example, is something that I was talking about. That was one of my BCPs, like downscaling materials from AI without adapting them. And main learnings and recommendations and way forward for the next team. So main learnings is never take anything for granted. Don't suppose anything. What it means to be TM. And then recommendations and way forward for next term. Keep the integration in the commission. So this is for you. All of them were saying that this was very useful for them to count on the other VPs as a support system. Communicate regularly virtually, share the tools and GCPs that you have, and the role of TM that we also deliver exchanges, and the supporting team and supporting the LCP. So this is also something that they mentioned, that as VPTMs we can also support our VPs, our LCPs a lot with all the data that we have and in general. Thank you for putting the thingies, it's super funny. Dobra. So anyone like has any insight from, oh, you know what, I will also send you the link here from the PPT in case that any of you like are not able to read properly from the screen, just in case you can even open it and go through the slides with me. So anyone like has anything, like any insight from this report, anything that you say, oh, thank you ninjas for telling me about this or something? No nie, dobra. So we keep this, it's super important that we do this kind of reports because it might be useful. So now we will go to recruitment report, and again we will do it like super quickly, but I will require you like to tell me what are the things that were GCPs and BCPs, and let's say in the same format that we did with the ninjas. So first I will show you a bit of numbers. When it comes to new members, we achieved 80% of the goal that we had. We had a goal of 406, and we have achieved 332. I'm missing about AIESEC, but anyways, I don't think the percentage will change that much. And when it comes to applicants, actually in this recruitment we did worse than the previous one. We achieved 61%, so we achieved 653 out of the 1048 that we needed. Those are the numbers. And then when it comes to allocation, so I took the goals that you put in all your planning tools. I'm still missing because there are LCs that still didn't allocate. So Białystok, Kielce, Szczecin, Torun, and Wrocław UT. Make sure that you allocate all of your people in Podio. And someone joined. Okay, I thought someone wanted to join. So yes, for example, when it comes to IGV, we already have 70% of the people we need. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 LCs that allocated more people even. Same with the OGV, we have also some LCs that allocated more people, and we achieved the 68% already of the people that we plan to allocate. And when it comes to GT and GE, we are still in the same, let's say, line that as we were in the past. We are still allocating less people to those areas. So, guys, we really need to look up for this because, for example, if we allocate, I don't know, less the people that I know that in some cases it is because the tool is giving Hassan. In some cases it is because here it shows as many members as team leaders, and you will have less. But anyways, just let's make sure that all of our teams from GGT are full, and that we will give them a cool experience so that none of them skips, of course. So my questions regarding this recruitment, so that we can do a closing report and we can use this in our next recruitment, are the same that we saw before. So we can write here very quickly, and I will open the microphone to anyone that want to talk about what are the strategies we implemented. Of course, we can say of online national activities and everything, but I would like to hear like what you did on the local level and what are those strategies that brought you more results, so we can use that for next recruitment. So who would like to share something about what you implemented?
Oh, okay. So
From our experience, I can say that we've used a lot of referring friends, and I think it brought us really good effect because a lot of people said, "Ah, yes, I had a friend like here in AIESEC, UE, or in UT, and wanted to apply."
Cool, super cool. I can also say from Poznan that you have this strategy with the university that you were contacting them. Maybe you can give us more details.
Yes, but in Poznań, I think that we had the competition for our teams, and that was like the best attraction. And yeah, we had also a banner on our university, so it was quite visible for other students. And when it comes to inviting or like people who joined because they know something in AIESEC, I think we have like one or two new members like this, and mostly these people are from Facebook, yeah, and from our from online promotion, I think.
Cool. Great.
Also, can I say something?
Yeah, of course. Hello,
Okay,
Hassan.
so hi, Julie. Sorry for being late. Um, so one of the most helpful thing to me was I was actually talking to a lot of universities over here. Like there are different University of Environmental Science and University of Medicines and all that other universities. So I had a talk with the student council of those university, and I presented them ISEC, basically what is ISEC. So they were sharing our post, our recruitment post on their page, on their student council page, on their university page. So that helped me a lot in a way. Uh, and also, also like my alumni also came together for helping us. So even like online post sharing by alumni and referrals by alumni actually was a good impact.
Cool.
Okay, I have one thing. What I did, like we have a huge OGV mailing list because just from like the previous year, it's like more than 200 people. So what I did actually is that I sent an email, of course with with BCC, so that they would not like see that the email was sent to 200 people. So actually, people that were approved already or that were on exchange applied, and they're in the organization right now. So it's like super cool because I think like we got 3 or 4 people
That's
just
super
like
cool.
from this action that I don't know took me like 30 minutes to make. So I think it was super worth it.
Yes.
And I think it's important to attract people who are attracted to other projects. To other products because they might be interested in AIESEC as well. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's for me.
Yes, so super cool. Reintegrations are very important, I think. Dobra. And what about?
Also, one more thing, like very important thing I wanted to say was, I made sure I contacted the rejected applicants from the last recruitment. I got like 4 applicants from them, so I think it's kind of a very helpful way. You know, like contacting the rejected applicants or not contacted applicants from previous recruitment.
Dobra. Yes.
I agree. Like we contacted also candidates from previous recruitment. There were like 4 people to contact, and 2 of them applied, and they are in the organization, I think, or one of them. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yes. Yes, because also these people already were interested in AIESEC at some point, so they might still be. That's cool. And what about RBs or assessment centers? Did you like implement anything in particular with that was kind of successful? We are already talking about GCPs kind of, but it's still cool.
So, in Warsaw W, we implemented such a thing that you actually recommended, and it was pretty cool about inviting. So basically, the person who was like attending a group exercise to assessment center was encouraged to invite a friend to come with them. So as a result, they had some, mental support, let's say, in the form of a friend, but they also brought new applicants, because the people who wanted to come to assessment center, they felt some kind of responsible to apply also. So they applied, and we had like 3 or 4 applicants who were referred actually by a friend who was coming to assessment center. So it was pretty fun.
Cool. Super. Dobra. And what about, okay, I think we mentioned quite a lot of GCPs. So somebody has like any particular GCP that, I mean, I think we have the ones about the Marisha mentioned of reintegrations, and what else? Reintegrations, the thing that Ala just mentioned, applicants doing the attraction, let's say. What else? Referral campaigns, yes, those are GCPs. Any other GCP that you can think outside from the ones that we mentioned before?
Hello, by the way, I'm here.
Hello,
What is the
Shimek.
question? Hello.
So we are talking about the recruitment, and we are doing a closing of the recruitment, let's say, to keep this information for the next one. And we just wrote what are the strategies we implemented, and now we are like talking about GCPs and BCPs. GCPs we mostly mentioned now when we were doing about the strategies. So anybody has a GCP, another different one to share, or a BCP, and we already start talking about BCP.
Okay, so my GCP as a Lublin is that we've made the promotion also on Instagram, but on our own. So we were making like, oh, good memory from AIESEC or something like this, and people were sharing it all the time with the teams. So it was also like R&R for the teams and for leaders. And it was really nice because people were like, oh my God, she posted my photo. And people were really applying for that. So this is my GCP. And also, like Kristen mentioned about the competition between teams, we have something like competition between members, not the team. And it's super cool because when people are applying, they're writing from who they are, so we can see and give them points. And then you can give them R&R or on LCM or on LCC.
Cool. Amazing. And anybody has a BCP? I have one actually. I noticed that not everybody, but in some cases we were actually contacting the institutions like too late. Like, yeah, so basically it's like doing preparation too late. Yes, because we were talking about like recruitment since the December summit, which was at the beginning of December, and like even like in January when like most of the universities and everything, like it's in recess and everything, some of us we are trying still to contact the universities. So I think that for next one we already know that we really need to start doing everything in advance, and we can even get like more results. So from my side, I think this is like the biggest thing I've seen as a BCP, and yes.
I have something also. The same thing with late preparation was for our, let's say, open day, because I did the form for the local post on AIESEC for Poland, and I did it pretty late, so the post was there like the day before according to the rules of the form. So I guess the audience wasn't that big for the so late post.
Dobra, yes.
Dobra, I have some BCP, cause you mentioned that we like started late. I think we bring it at right time, but there was not a specific task force because that was the transition time, and we had like a huge roadmap what should happen when, but the things like the amount of things that need to happen ASAP was that huge for me that like I started preparation too late, even if we like planned it 2 weeks earlier.
That's cool. Yes.
We specified task force. So let's say in the next recruitment, guardians, we are making let's say contacts with the universities this week. And also kind of accountability system. So we have like everything and check.
Yes.
Because from the maybe not MC side because of the transition time, we have like we could do everything on our own and like no accountability system. So like I don't know what to say because I heard like whole actually planning with the agenda, etc. I don't want to that sounded like rude, but it's not like we didn't receive the help from the MC. It's like it's a role for me, for you, and these things happen. And
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah, so for example, for next one, we can do like because there was like this like calendar that I made in the local tools, but it can be like more showcased, and I can also send reminders, and we can also think of other ways to make it more action oriented. So that's super cool. Thank you, Shimek, for the input. And the last part that we have are like main learnings and recommendations and way forward for next recruitment. Of course, a lot of things we already mentioned, but it's always cool to have them written. So what are the main learnings that you got from this recruitment?
So for me, main learning was to focus on the task during recruitment. So basically, what I want to say is that we thought that we had a lot of time. So when we had first applicants, we scheduled the interviews for the end of the first week or even the next week. And during the next week, we have a lot of applicants do both the interviews and exercises. So it's good to finish interviews with the applicants from the first week during the first week. So it won't go past for the next week.
So I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Focus on tasks. Do it now. Something like this. Yeah. Do not leave for tomorrow what you can do today. This is an Argentinian, a Spanish saying.
Okay, so I have like a main learning that you should engage your whole LC and that you should like come up with rewards them and also like engage your BD 100%. Otherwise, you're gonna be the one who have to move the conversations. And I don't know if it's the right case because of course like TM knows the best, but like there are people for other structures. So like the more conversation other groups have, especially like it's from not from the back office, they know the profile of the candidate they want actually. So I think engaging is the main learning. Yeah.
So do persona buildings with your
I think we should like schedule regular points with your house team because like at the second week of the recruitment, I mentioned that we have like long process time, and I realized when I asked one of my OC that he's making 100% of his interview like in real life instead of Skype, which is at some point good. But if you plan to like 4 people on our team, if you plan to like have 16 of 60 applicants, that will not work. I think.
Dobra. So
I not agree. I can agree because we had all very important center, not online but personal. And it's possible, but you need to have something that goes with your leader for recruitment team, and she was working on all the things, and I was working on all the things, and then something new that I mentioned that we had a person every week or in 3 days changing her portfolio, so it's easier to check and make first time like quicker, I don't know, short. And of course, you can make it not online, but like personal. It's just making time.
Yeah,
Like, you need to structure your thing, I think.
yes,
Like
I think.
I didn't that sorry, I didn't mean that it's like make process longer, but I know if you like contact an applicant in one day, you can have a reward even on the same day. And well,
I think, yeah, I think actually like both, like what the both of you are saying is valid, and maybe like the learning like, from the side of Shimek might be more like never take anything for granted, because like if you this is like what you said, have regular touch points with your OC teams, of course, because they are kind of your team, so you have to deliver team standards. And when you are doing this, if you're talking to them and you establish a clear process with them, you you will understand what they are doing and the things and how they are doing them, and you can like correct in the meantime, and you can choose which path to take. So yeah, never take anything for granted. But I think the things the both of you are saying are valid. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm talking a lot here. Never take it.
So I have one more thing, or maybe two. The first one is not to be afraid of asking questions. Learn a lot of things from each and every one. Really helpful to ask somebody for help. If it's your EV or your previous TM or anybody else, it's like really helpful. And the second one, it might sound obvious, but did you know that there is something like a history of editing, right? And it's really helpful because you don't have to check in the person on as this yeah
In Podio?
format. Yeah, no.
Format Qatar. Yes.
Yeah, format. There is something like history of editing, and it shows you what has changed. Yeah. That's really
Yeah,
helpful.
someone. Version
Recommend,
2.
right?
Yes. Ooh. And probably is only me doing all the changes. But oh, you see, magic. Yes. Dobra. Learn the tricks from Excel. I just put this one. And any recommendations for way forward? Yeah, we already mentioned, so it can be some of them. Anything that we didn't mention in the learnings or before that you would really like to recommend to your future self for the next recruitment? I will repeat English.
yeah, maybe also about like preparing everything, so like recruitment won't be stressful.
Dobra. Amazing. Yes. So a lot of things are repeated, but it's cool because it means that we are already thinking. Cool. So we did it, guys. We finished the recruitment. It was super cool. We already have all of the learnings. If you ever wonder, okay, what is I doing? Like, what are my learnings? You can go back to this commission called TPT and you will find it. And now we're going to onboarding follow-up. Yay, amazing. Before moving to the next slide, I will show you, in case that still you didn't check one of the updates that I posted in Workplace some weeks ago. If you go to the Guardian's workspace, yes, it's kind of confusing, workspace and workplace. But this name was here before I arrived, it was Ninja's workspace when I just came. So it was like this before, yeah. And you go to get, and then you go to talent onboarding. You will find 2019.1, yes, because I'm dividing it to recruitment because some things change. Talent onboarding, and you go here. There is this amazing booklet that I made that is the same one from previous recruitment, but with some things. So here you can find anything like this is the thing we were working on in NATCO, if you remember, why we have to do onboarding, how to do it. We should have clear steps, timeline with deadlines. The team leaders need to be involved, or our EB needs to be involved, of course. These are all of the touch points that we should plan in advance. We're talking about it in NATCO and everything. We made the timeline, if you remember, so until when each thing should happen, and it should finish with the LC meeting in the end of the month, or somewhere at the end part, in the ending part of the work, in the month. Sorry, I added here a part for workplace and expa setup. So for workplace, all of you have the power, let's say, in workplace to invite people. So here are some screens that shows you how it works. Each of the members that you invite will receive an email with a code, and they just click there and they will go to workplace and they can have their account. So it's super important. Please remember to do it. In expa, I'm also explaining you here how to do it. It's quite simple, how to create their AIESEC email. They can see it here as well. And yes, then we have this guide for each.
Sorry, George, I have a question. Because like semester, I don't know if it was all the LCs, but in my LC, the LCP was responsible for adding people for workplace. Are we the one responsible now, or is it still LCP?
Now both have the permission, like you and your LCP, so you can decide who can do it. You can do it the both of you, or as you prefer.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yes, I decided, I asked Maya to also give permission to you, so that it's easier, because in some cases, I don't know, your LCP is unavailable or something, so you can also do it. And remember that you cannot add people with AIESEC.net emails, so they have to be the Gmail emails for some weird reason from workplace, I don't know. But with the new members, it's easier because they still don't have their AIESEC email, so you can just come to Podio and take them from the new members, and you can even export an Excel with all those emails, and you just copy and invite them. Yes, and that's how they can get their AIESEC email. Yes, then there are all of the touch points that we already know. Very important, the one thing that really for me it's very, very important is the functional induction, or I mean, it's not functional induction, it's like the first structure meeting. Yesterday I was in the induction of SGH, and they were telling me that last year they didn't have it, like they were working only the VP directly with the team leaders, and then each team leader was working with the members. So I think that it's okay if you do it like that, and team leaders are amazing. It's not bad, let's say, that there are no structure meetings. However, I recommend you to assess the situation before, because sometimes it happens that, I don't know, you realize that team leaders are not passing some knowledge. So your VP's operations are the people who are the person with the most knowledge about their area in the whole LC. So having a structured meeting can actually be really helpful in making sure that each member will have all the knowledge they need. And I was talking a bit about it with Dominika from SGH, and she was asking me about how should it look like and everything, and my answer was quite funny, but actually then I realized that it made sense. A structured meeting is like an LC meeting for the area, so you make it fun. Of course you can do integration after all, and you can but of course you then deliver some knowledge, and many times the structured meetings are not very functional. You can make them functional if you want, but for me I really actually recommend that they happen at least once a month, and also it's a cool touch point for the VPs to interact with the team members, because if not, it happens that then the VPs don't even know who their members are, when they are in your structure. They are the ones who are doing the work. So yeah, maybe some of you already have them and it's super natural, but some other LCs don't have it, and I would really like to bring them to the front, because I believe that they can be a huge game changer for all of us. So yes, here are materials with all the functional knowledge that you need for them. For the initial LDA and PDP, I also put here like how to do the LDA in the expa, the old expa, let's say, because in the third one it's not working, and as I was telling a few of you, I already asked Alex about it, and they are fixing it apparently from AI, but I still don't know. So try to do it like this. And then if it doesn't work, well, what can you do? But let's try at least. The first team meeting, also a lot of you are having the spaces with the team leaders, which is super cool. So again, my biggest recommendation is that you use those spaces for them to create things together, because they can help each other a lot. And a few of them maybe, for example, returner, let's say, team leaders that have been team leaders twice, or like for the second time, and they can actually help a lot the ones that are newbies. Then there is the option of doing mentor or buddy program, that if you want to do it, it's super cool. Yes, and the first LC meeting, that also, in my opinion, is the things that changes everything. Like, I don't know about you, but my first LC meeting, I remember every detail of it. It was in the roof of the building of the VPIGV of my LC. There was a people dancing weird roll calls, and yeah, for me it was a life changer. Like, and I was like, whoa, what is this crazy people doing here? And I decided to stay in AIESEC in that point, actually. So make sure that you make it like a small conference, you know, even though it's 3 hours, or more or less, I don't know. Make it cool, make it like, put an effort on it, and actually give valuable content to the members, because it's like, it may not be the first impression, but it will set the pace of what the members will be expecting on all of the other touch points that they will have with the LC. Yes, and then for the MB Commission, I added some stuff like what they should do, building, planning the project, members tracking, and here I added the screenshots from our amazing tool that I will show you later. So here are all of the explanations of how they should do it if they have doubts, and how it can help you. So just remember that this exists, and show it to your EB, and make sure that you have it planned. Yes, and also here in the TM Master track, you can go to get onboarding tracker, and I put here some checklist to track that how much are we doing of this. So whenever you have some time this week, just come here and tick all the things that you are doing. And actually, I have a surprise for you. The surprise is that all of the people who buy the summit have all of the members in EXPA, and all of the members have the goal for the month, and they are in workplace. You will get a special pen for each new member, and there will be like these super cool pens that the guys did for Mi Carriere. You know, the ones that are blue. Like, I don't have a picture. I was trying to find one, but I didn't find. And it will say, I'm an AIESECer. So yes, it will be like a super cool gift for them to have, and you can even give them, for example, in their first LC meeting, or you can give to your team leaders to give to them. So yes, just make sure that everything, like, you have all of the members in place doing their stuff. And one more thing, it's super important that we also allocate the members in EXPA, because it's kind of messing up our sign-ups numbers, because every member that is not registered in EXPA, it looks in EXPA appears as a sign-up. So our VPs, OGV or OG or OGT, might be thinking that they are having a lot of sign-ups, but they are actually not. They are members. So yes, make sure that you do it. And if any of you have doubts or you don't know how to do it, just let me know and I will help you. I have no problem. We can have a call and I can show you. Remember, as I told you in NATCO, there are no stupid questions. There is stupid people who don't ask the questions. So yes, just ask me, because it's super easy, and once you learn it, then it will be easier. So do it. Yes.
I
Any
have an
questions?
insight for that.
Yes.
If you have members registered in EXPA, make sure to make yourself their manager. This way, your PE, OG, or OGT knows that it's not open for project.
Yes, that's a cool idea, actually. I can do, yes, you can also do that. It's another option, yeah. Cool. Dobra, any other question that you have, guys, regarding onboarding? Let me know. If some of you, I don't know what is onboarding. It's fine, tell me. Or any, I don't know, any touch points or whatever. Yeah, not yet? Dobra. So, let's make onboarding happen, because we all know it's super important. Yes. So, bring the magic, the mag or whatever, magic, yeah. So I came up with this cool name. Actually, we will have one session in the summit that will be called the same because I really liked it. I don't know, I hope you like it as well. So I called it mag because I realized that I was calling members achieving their goal. I was calling it MOS, you know, in different places, but I realized that Tony was calling it mag in the OD assessment. So yeah, it was kind of misaligned. So I figured it's better if we call it the mag because it makes more sense. So yeah, if you check here in our tool now, I changed it and it's called mag, percentage of members achieving their goal. So it's clearer. Yes, and someone wrote a comment. Nice, yeah, you like mag as well. So we'll call it mag from now on. I hope you like it. And yes, what I wanted to talk about it is again reminding you to share with me the tool. I think a lot of you actually did, so I will check here. If you remember, we have these two tools, the one for Elsie's tracking tool of 2018 that we are not using anymore because we were reflecting about that it makes no sense to have a tool that is for us. So we decided that it's better to have one that is for team leaders. Yay! A lot of you have it here. Amazing. Thank you for putting it here. I don't know if you know, but you can also like move it to your drives and it will not, it's supposed to not go away from here as well. So yeah, if you have problems with this, just let me know and I can help you because these tools are supposed to be for you and you can put them wherever you want. Yes, and so tomorrow I will be connecting all the tools that are missing. And I wanted to quickly show you the things that a few things that I added that I was like figuring out that in replanning, for example, that they could be useful. So when it comes to team standards, I made a few changes. So for example, now you can change per each team how much a team standard implementation, because so far it was tracked as a whole. And also you can check per each phase. So if you go here to the end, you can see, for example, from team number 1, how much is the percentage of their implementation of buildings. So that's cool. And once I have all the tools, I will also update here in our master one how much we are implementing of team standards, because currently, yes, we have the old one, let's say. What else? So I'm here. So we have the PDP tracker, remember, where you can put it for each team. What is the PDP link? And we have the MOS tracker. Oh, I didn't change it here, Dobra, so you can change it for MAG if you prefer. And this is taking all the information from each of the tabs. I am still figuring out if I can actually automatize this, and you don't have to put every month the names of the people, and I will just try to take it from Podio, and you just have to come here and put the goals and not the names and everything. And I added a space for you to have what is the goals for each area that you have in each month that you can take from your plannings. And I will also see if I can somehow already put all of this, so each month you come here and you say, oh, okay, this is my goal for this month, amazing, what can I do? And the last things that I added here is project planning, because we were talking with Marta that there was these conversations in the VP's Finance Commission about that team leaders need to be like more independent. I mean, we should know how to manage a budget. So here we created a small budget. They just put what are the money that they will get. So in the case of IGV, it will come from vindication. In the case of OGX, it will come from EP's fees, and so on. And the expenditure, so for example, if your LC has the financial capability of giving money to the team leaders to spend, for example, in something, or if, I don't know, they will win some money from something, from competition that you have, they can also put it here. So it's some cool knowledge for the team leaders that, after all, they are managing a project, and a project usually includes money. So yes. And then here that is for them to do a quick, like a simple planning. And this is the same as your plannings as VPs in your tool. So here they write the strategy, what's the MOS that they want to achieve, how much they are achieving of it, the progress, and then the different KPIs, how they want to measure them, how much they are progressing, and how much they are achieving, and then the tasks. Yes, so it's quite simple, and my recommendation is that they can do it together with the VPs, for example, in their first meeting, and even they The VP can also suggest what are the strategies that they want to have, and it's not necessary that they have 3, they can only have 1. This is just an example, but I highly recommend you to bring it up to your team leaders because it can be like a really game changer and it can build up a lot of knowledge for them. Like imagine that your successors already know how to do a budget, like that would be amazing. And for team meetings, I created some simple agenda. I took the template of Marisha and I have your questions somewhere, and I will add them like as guide because they were super cool. But I also noticed that we are sometimes not having like a clear structure of the meetings, so I put some examples of I put the yes, like what should be like its steps of the meeting and so on, and for them to write the outputs. But again, this is just the template, you can change it or whatever you need. So this is about the MB model management. Remember that yeah, you should share it with your team leaders and have like a routine with them to do it, preferably in your MB meetings because will be there all of them together and they can work on it. So yes, I really hope that we can improve a lot in our members achieving their goal. And the last thing before is that there is this bit.ly that is called bit.ly/monthly goals guide. This is a simple spreadsheet that this bit.ly is also in all of the tools. When you make a copy, it will be there. Yes, and basically this is for everyone, like from a team member to a VP, MCVP even. Whoever wants one can come here and you can check, for example, if you are from IGV, what are the focuses of each month, what are the MOSs that you can have and the KPIs. And this we made this so that you know when you are setting your goals and your team leaders are setting your goals with your members or your VPs are setting goals for the month, they have some guide if at any point they just don't know, oh, I don't know what I should focus on this month. Of course, most of the times they will know, but just in case, we made this so you can check. There is also IGT teaching split, and we have also for back office what should be the measurements that we should have. Dobra. Any questions regarding this tool? Anybody has, I don't know, some tip or something that you did with your team leaders and it really worked or something? Or any question?
Yes, I have also
It's bit.ly/monthly goals guide.
Oh my god.
I will copy and I will paste it here. Dobra. This is just like, you're not supposed to go to this tool all the time, you know, it's just some sort of example. And by the way, this is none of this is protected, so yeah, it's free there, so people can change it. Cool. Any other questions regarding this? We all have clarity that our team leaders are the solution. Yay! The tracking the goals is the solution. Yay! Cool. Amazing. And then we go to the next thing, that is the thing that makes me actually the most excited, is engagement survey results that are already out. And wait, because somehow I closed my folder, so I will go again to TM Guardians. Yay. And you can also go back in your computers, go to TM Guardians to keep and to engagement survey results. Wait, it's opening. Yes, keep. Come on, computer. Okay. And if you go to January 2019, you will see, I will open the PDF so that it opens faster. So, you're all watching my screen, dobra? Dobra. Yay! So, I don't know if all of you took the engagement survey. I really hope you did. This time it was shorter. It was 23 questions. I really tried to make it better. Thank you for all of you who gave me inputs, especially I think Maresha and Burchi were the ones like giving me more ideas, and it was super useful, so thank you very much. Yes, and this time like the focus was more on, was this done or not? Yes, no, for each of the touch points, because before the questions were like more like, you know, reflect on the life. It's like, do you whatever things that in your team, something like this. And I was like more to the point, which doesn't mean that those kinds of questions are bad, but we just wanted to try something different. So the report you will find here. Here is the link, so you can also go and check the individual questions for each of your else's. This time I put it in separate tabs. I didn't put it in separate spreadsheets. I just realized today. So if some of you don't want this to be seen by other else's, just you can delete it. It's fine, or just let me know and I will do it. But for now they are all in different tabs there. When it comes to responses, this was the worst month ever since we started. We only had 32% responses. So I really hope that for the next months we will improve on this because it's very important. When it comes to the NPS, so how much we are actually developing leadership, the people were asked the following question, taking into consideration the month of January, how much would you recommend AIESEC as a platform to develop leadership? So luckily we got more than 8, so we are actually developing leadership, so yay, congratulations to us. When it comes to performance, there were 2 different questions about it. One was, how would you rate your performance during January from 1 to 10? So it was like a self-assessment, and the answers are interesting. Like people are openly saying that they did averagely or bad, some of them even. And then there was a second question about performance that was, how much have you achieved of your individual goal during January? This is a typical question that we are having for the last engagement service, and we have 17% who didn't have a goal, for example, 28% of people who achieved between 50 or 70%, 16% who achieved between 0 and 30. So yes, no, 30 and 50. Yes, so as you can see, it's a very varied. Yes, and the most worrying thing for me is the people who didn't even have a goal. And then we had the question about the potential, that is, how likely are you to apply for a higher role in AIESEC after your current role ends? So regarding this, take into consideration that EBs 18-19 were supposed to answer this. So some of them that already decided they're not taking another role in AIESEC might have answered like very low numbers. So this number shouldn't worry a lot, shouldn't worry us a lot because those EBs are included here, but still. And now comes the fun part. Yay! So as I will introduce more in detail 9box during our summit, but 9box is basically a tool for HR where I will open the results, where you organize, let's say, the people in your organization by potential and performance. So basically what I did is I took these answers that people put if you are applying to a role, and this, how much you achieved from your goals, and I assigned to each answer one number from, no, I assigned them, sorry, assigned the numbers from 1 to 10, and here all of the options. I assigned them to either low, medium, or high. So then one person, for example, they said that they achieved, I don't know, 100%. So of course it's a high, like you are high in the performance axis. But then they say maybe that they are only 5 in if they would apply, so they are medium. So these people are probably, if in performance you are high, but in potential you are medium, we are here in this green box. So then if you go below, you will see the description. So these people are stars, as you can see here. Dobra? So there is an explanation for each of them. We're not going to read them now because it's going to take some time, but this is super interesting, and basically this is how our members look like right now of AIESEC for Poland, at least the 175 who answered the engagement survey. And if you go to, for example, let's go to Białystok, you will see that I put here 9box result in K column, and we can see what are each of the members, let's say. Yeah, I did some weird formula, so just don't delete anything, and it works. Yes, and it's, I don't know, I think it's super useful. I wish I had this when I was a VP. This is the same thing that Alex is doing with the dashboard of AI. So basically it will give us a lot of inputs on what can we do with our members, you know, based on some solid and objective information. Yes, and this is just the introduction, because in the summit we will see more about it. But of course, if you want to start doing something with this, if you want to ask me more questions, you can ask me. And please read the rest of the report, because there are very interesting stuff. Yes, and for example, the first thing, one thing that I want to say before going to the next topic, is that a lot of people, like from the questions about goals for February, almost none put opens or sign-ups, which is quite alarming, because February is our month for attraction, and if we don't do enough opens, we might not achieve our approval goals in the rest of the year, for example, for IGV or IG or IGT. Yes, because we have to comply with the timeline and so on. So just make sure that all your LC has clarity on what are the focuses for each of the areas. And in February, it's super easy, because everyone should be doing attraction. So just go and do opens or go and get signups. That's it. Yes. Any questions regarding engagement survey results? This tab, anything, 9box? Any questions of any kind regarding this? I'm listening. Nope.
Well, I was surprised that we have a question. I don't go to like the higher decision. If you like start the cabinets, like we are about starting cabinets today, so I don't know what to be honest.
Okay, no worries. But if you think of any questions, let me know. Dobra. So this is about that, and let's go to the next topic that I think it's one of the last ones. We already have 1 hour of the meeting. I promise I will not keep you here long. So this is the attraction hub, the attraction hub. Oh my god, my brain. This is the attraction month, yes, as I was mentioning, and because this is the attraction month, and bear in mind that there is a gray man here, so I hope all of your emojis are happening. First of all, I wanted to invite you to remember that there is the Poland hub. There you can go to it by bit.ly/Poland hub, and it will look something like this. Very nice. From Wix, we created this like 1 month ago or something like this, and we posted it in Workplace, and it's super cool. Now that I have Teamsters, yay, I will introduce it to you very soon. One of them will be focused on this, actually Oleg from Łódź. He will be focused on all the education, the materials and everything, and he will be managing this, so there will be one person super focused. So yes, just keep up with it. And if you go here to more, you will see that there is AIESEC Sales Academy. This was created by the regional office of Europe, so it's a very cool academy with a lot of things that your members from IGV, IGE, IGT, and even from PD can learn from here. So yes, here is everything, and you can check it. Also, I don't know, there are materials for the functions. If you go there now, you will see that there is only basic stuff like some videos and the folders where they can find everything, but very soon there will be more stuff. So just make sure to send your people, like, just know that this hub exists and try to use it, because this is the new place, as I told you in the NATCO, that Cornerstone is finishing their contract with AIESEC International in December of 2019. So this is going to be the new place that will have all the updates, let's say, and all the information will be here. Don't worry, we will not lose anything that is in Cornerstone. Actually, if there's anything you would like me to put somewhere else, let me know and I can do it. And one more thing that I wanted to show you about this is that if you go to performance, and there is attraction challenge, and here you can see the live dashboards. We will also launch, as it's written here, the R&R system for the whole next semester during the functional summit. So it's going to be super cool. And yes, we're going to have a lot of fun, and there will be the updates here also in the hub. So just remember to go. And one last thing that I have to say about the hub is that we also have in more the Train the Trainers Academy, that they are like 5 videos and materials about 5 topics that we created, and we shared with your LCPs only because we didn't want to bombard you, let's say, with more information. But the idea of this academy, let's say, is that you are more prepared as to deliver sessions, you know. So a few of you are having summits, the LCCs tomorrow, so don't worry, because we know that we released it, and you might not have enough time. But this is not only for LCCs. Like, this is super useful, for example, when you deliver sessions in your structure meetings or in LC meetings. So whenever you will have time, check it out. We put in the booklet we before. I would like to ask you if you have any questions regarding the hub, or regarding attraction in general, or if there's any knowledge that you see that in your LC is lacking, for you to do like attraction in the best way possible. Nope. I'm in the bathroom, guys. Okay, so I hope everyone can listen to me. Yes. So we will move to the last thing. So there I put this with the next step. So track onboarding, and that it is happening actually in your LC. Track attraction in your LC and make sure that it's happening. If you don't know, you can go to your plannings that all of you have, and check what are the goals for signups and for opens in your LC for this month, so you can support better in that. Make sure your members go to the Poland Hub and use the education there, because there is a lot, and do the train the trainers. That is going to be super cool. So we made it to the end of our meeting. I will stop recording so that they don't see this